from here. See? It's there.
On a cold and windy Halloween, the Monona Grove Silver Eagles bring the Cedarburg Bulldogs into the House of Horrors for a Level 2 playoff game. House of Horrors, otherwise known as the John Clement Athletic Complex. I'm Steve Martinelli alongside the Galloping Ghost, Bob Schmuck. Happy to bring you this Level 2 playoff game. Bob, the Silver Eagles coming in tonight 10-0, ranked number 3 in the state against the Cedarburg Bulldogs. Cedarburg's only lost to Division 1 number 1 Homestead. Tough game tonight, you think?
Yeah, I think it will be. But let the haunting of the Bulldogs begin here on Halloween. So, Cedarburg, yes, very difficult game, I think, today. Cedarburg, a high-scoring offensive
39
machine.
a game.
This team has no problem putting up the points, but from what I've seen, Steve, they don't have too much problem giving up the points either.
No, you're right. Cedarburg's given up an average of 16 points a game. Quite a contrast to the Silver Eagles, who've given up less than 7 a game. Monona Grove's given up only 9 touchdowns all season. And that's really been their strong point. 5 shutouts out of the 10 games, and it'll be real interesting if that old adage, offense wins games, defense wins championships. We'll see if that holds true.
Well, we'll see. Actually, the numbers for Monona Grove and Cedarburg offensively really aren't too far apart, except for the scoring. Cedarburg has scored 100 more points than Monona this year in their 10 games. However, Monona, on average, outgains Cedarburg each game, 383 yards a game so far this year for Monona Grove to Cedarburg's 379. Cedarburg has scored 53 touchdowns, though, this year. Leading the way for Cedarburg is Logan Lauders, number 3. You'll see him out there tonight, the junior. Not a big kid, but he's run for almost 1,400 yards, 24 scores, and averages 8.5 yards a carry.
Logan Lauders in one game earlier this year, Bob, had 5 touchdowns in 1 quarter. He's scored in every one of their games so far. He's a 3-year starter and just a junior, which means he's got another year to go yet. Over those 3 years, he's racked up almost 2,700 yards and 41 touchdowns. But he's not the only weapon they've got.
No, they have 4 other running backs that have 300 or more yards rushing.
4 running backs.
300 or more yards rushing. And let's not forget about their quarterback, Chip Rank. You got to love that. That sounds like a book series that was written back in the 50s.
Claire B. and his Chip Hilton series.
That's right, the Chip Hilton series. Or what was that one guy's name, too? Matt somebody, who wrote a series of books, too. But, yeah, Chip Rank. You got to love that.
One player to watch out for tonight, Bob, is Eric Poggenberg. Poggenberg, their second leading scorer with 13 touchdowns. One of those guys you mentioned with over 300 yards rushing. He's also their leading receiver, both coming out of the backfield and a wide receiver. 35 catches, 541 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He's also run back 2 kickoffs for touchdowns, so he's definitely a player to watch.
Okay, so we've spent a few minutes talking about Cedarburg. Now we're going to spend a little time talking about the team that should win today.
Let's do it.
The 10-0 Monona Grove Silver Eagles. The last time Monona came into the playoffs undefeated was 2004. How far did they get that year, Steve?
Well, Bob, they made it all the way to the championship game, a rainy day at Camp Randall Stadium where we sat there and got wet and saw them get beat.
Yeah, it was a shame.
Waukesha West, wasn't it?
I think it was Brookfield, wasn't it?
I think it was Waukesha.
I think it was Brookfield.
All right. Folks at home, call in.
Yeah, let us know. But I'm pretty sure it was Brookfield West that year. Anywho, and Brookfield won it on the strength of their passing game. Matter of fact, Monona Grove taking the field here. Now, leading the way for Monona Grove this year in rushing this year is Ryan Roberts with 1,182 yards, 10 scores this year, Steve. But I'm not sure we're going to see him tonight.
No, Roberts out with a knee injury. In his place, LeBron Roach has stepped in and done a pretty decent job. LeBron, 462 yards rushing this year. Not quite as many scores. He got 2 Tuesday night against Slinger, giving him 5 on the season. But Roach, paired with senior captain Bo Goff, has been a pretty formidable backfield.
Well, and LeBron Roach first cracked the backfield this year when Bo Goff went down with his bell rung. Missed a couple of games. LeBron filled in admirably for Bo. Great to see Bo back on the field, though. He is a mighty tough kid between the tackles.
Well, let's not forget the Silver Eagle passing attack, resurrected after being AWOL for the last couple of years. Dylan Roush stepped in when Mike Percy was injured early in the season, and Roush has had a pretty decent year, thrown for almost 57% of his passes, 6 touchdowns. He's been pretty impressive for a kid without any varsity experience before this year.
Yeah, he throws the ball pretty well, but he's being helped. How many times have we seen, Steve, where he's throwing a ball up along the sidelines, nice and high, and who runs under that for him out there?
Zach Zweifel has been outstanding at wide receiver this year. He leads the team with 37 catches, including a long of 58 yards, 4 touchdowns for Zach this year, and he's had a couple just truly acrobatic catches, including that touchdown against Edgewood where he took it off Mike Eshan's head.
Yeah, that could be the best catch I've seen in a high school football game. It was just terrific. Didn't give up on the ball, took it right off the top of Eshan's helmet.
Well, and recently, Bob, they've had a couple other kids really step up at the wide receiver spot. Both Jason Payne and Matt Welsh have had some big catches in the last few games. Payne has proven to be a big-time player, not only catching some long passes. He had a 62-yard completion long for the Silver Eagles this year. He also returned a touchdown, or kickoff for a touchdown, a 97-yard return. So proving to be that the Silver Eagles can score a couple of different ways.
Well, it was good to see Monona Grove come out and take Slinger 40-16. Let's face it, Steve, their last 3 games, they were after the Edgewood game, they kind of went into coast mode. They took care of Monroe okay, but then I thought they struggled a little bit against Stoughton toward the end of the year.
Yeah, they did. I think they were looking past Stoughton a little bit, but you have to remember before that they had 3 straight shutouts, and so they had really established their defense. They had clinched a spot in the playoffs. They were playing for the seed, this home playoff advantage, which we're enjoying today. But, the 16 points against Slinger are the most they've given up all year. You can't complain too much if that's the worst they've done.
Oh, you can't complain at all. Monona Grove's defense, let's take a minute just to talk about them. We talked about the offense a lot, but if it wasn't for MG's defense, I don't think MG would be in this position. Monona Grove's defense is first in the Badger South by a long shot. They only give up 151 yards a game total. They've only given up 9 touchdowns. They've taken the ball away 20 times. So, and they've had a very fierce pass rush all game. They've stood up the run, very stout work. And Steve, in my opinion, the keys to Monona Grove winning today will be a stout defense against the run, like they've been doing all year. Secondly, almost as important will be ball control, Steve. They got to keep the Cedarburg offense off the field. If they can establish their running game, they're in good shape.
I have to agree with you, Bob. If the Silver Eagles can keep them off the field and avoid mistakes, penalties and turnovers, we got an excellent chance of winning this football game.
Yes, we do.
I love how coaches always say football game. It's not just a game.
I think we have an excellent chance of defeating State this year.
And then the big game against Tech. All right. We're just about ready for the national anthem here. Bob's going to lead us in singing it like he has all year.
Yeah, so listen closely.
Please remove your hands and let's join Monona Grove student Patrick Bailey, Pete Osek, and Tanner Stevens for the singing of today's national anthem.
Silver Eagles getting ready to take on the Cedarburg Bulldogs. And Bob, I couldn't help but notice during the national anthem there's an awful lot of Mohawks on the Silver Eagles sidelines. And I just want to point out, kids, just say no.
Well, nothing more patriotic than superimposing the flag over the Monona Grove sideline during the anthem. And I did point out to you, Steve, during the anthem that those poor Boy Scouts out there, folks, if you're watching at home, you probably don't know how cold it is out here. Those poor Boy Scouts couldn't get that flag to the top of that pole fast enough, man. It is cold out here.
There is quite a wind coming from, well, I don't even know what direction that is. One direction to another.
I am mightily happy to be in the press box for this game.
I noticed some of the kickers in the warm-ups having some trouble with that wind. The Cedarburg kicker, though, Nick Bainline, had the distance. He was putting them in from 40 yards out, so I'll be anxious to see him kick today.
Well, he's had plenty of opportunity to kick this year.
A lot of extra points. Yeah. I think what if he had 48 extra points he's kicked this year and 2 field goals?
Well, so you did make one mention right before we went to the anthem there, Steve, about penalties and turnovers, and I think that's where Monona Grove's really going to have to be careful today. I don't think they can give Cedarburg any extra opportunities, and Monona has turned the ball over 19 times this year, Steve. They've taken the ball away 20 times, which is pretty darn good, but it's only +1 in the differential there.
All right, the Silver Eagles will get the first crack at things today. They'll be returning the opening kickoff. They send Payne, Zweifel, and Goff deep. The Bulldogs ready to kick here. I believe that's Bainline kicking. Yeah, I think that's him with his hand up there, ready to kick. Now they'll spread them out. The Bulldogs in black with orange trim, white numbers, Silver Eagles in their white jerseys, pretty blue pants.
Yeah, because I guess this is a home game for Cedarburg, huh?
They'll kick it deep, and this will be Payne at the 5. Coming right side, up across the 20-yard line, and dropped there. He might have been just shy. Number 31 for the Bulldogs with the tackle. That's Luke Morgan, one of their captains.
I got to tell you, Will Stearns got away with a block in the back on that one, and it was right in front of the official. I don't know how he did not pull the flag on that one.
Shh, don't tell anybody. All right, the Silver Eagles take over just shy of the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, we're just underway in this WIAA Level 2 playoff game. The Bulldogs a little undersized compared to the MG line. And Roush will give it to Roach, and Roach will get across the 20, about to the 22-yard line.
I think that was our friend Bogoff on that one.
Was it? Oh, you're right. Roach leading him into the hole.
No, actually, Roach was behind him. It was a simple dive play. Let me help you with this one.
Truly confused me. Now they go to their spread offense package. They used this a lot last week in the opening couple of drives against Slinger. Roush in the shotgun, 4 wideouts. They sling it out to Logan Twing, and Twing out of bounds. I think he'll be just short of the first down.
I don't know. It looked like we might have got to the 30 there. No, we're going to mark it just shy.
Logan Twing's 3rd catch of the season.
This is my favorite position on the field here, Steve.
Yeah, I know. The ball just short of the 27-yard line, 3rd and 3 for the Silver Eagles. They come out with that 4 wideout set again. Payne, Zweifel, Twing, and Welsh. Roach with the handoff, and LeBron has the first down in a little running room across the 35-yard line to the 40, and finally brought down at the 41-yard line.
Tough run by Roach there. My goodness, he got contacted initially behind the line of scrimmage, was able to shake off the tackler and get into the backfield. A big gain of 15 yards.
Bob, the last couple weeks, LeBron Roach's running has reminded me very much of one of our favorite running backs here at Silver Eagles, at Monona Grove Silver Eagles, Darren Schwen.
Yeah, he was
that upright, hard to bring down
kind of a high stepping
Yep.
type thing coming through the line there.
Now Roach will take a rest, and Goff will come in. Now we got a timeout on the field.
I don't know if we have an equipment malfunction. Janet Jackson playing the backfield for Cedarburg. Oh, and we got a flag down here on this. Do we have an equipment infraction, or
a 15-yard penalty in favor of the Silver Eagles?
My goodness, maybe there was a little additional baloney, and did they eject that player?
Well, that was 34 going to the sideline, I believe, Bob. That's Olaf Urenko. I don't know.
The official walked him over to the sideline, so I wonder if he got thrown out. I didn't see a signal there.
Well, the Silver Eagles a great field position now at the Cedarburg 44-yard line. Oh, and Roush lost the handoff, trying to give it to Goff. He lost the handle, fell on it, though. We're going to get a 3-yard loss on the play, back to the 47. Urenko, a 5'9", 164-pound junior, taking a seat on the bench. I don't know what the deal was, but I don't see him on the field now. That was kind of odd. I wonder what happened. Tell me, Bob, what happened?
Well,
you're Mr. Know-It-All.
You never know. Oh, now he's back. Number 34 is back on the field. So
it's
he
a
was
temporary
not ejected.
equipment issue.
Okay.
All right. 2nd and 13 for the Silver Eagles. Roush looking to pass. He's got plenty of time. Looking for Twing.
Pick.
Intercepted. Olaf Urenko. Back on the field, gets the pick.
Well, the one thing you need when you're going to throw a ball up like that is you got to get distance, and he just did not get enough. Urenko comes down with the pick, and Monona's first series goes awry.
All right, Urenko getting the turnover. Now Cedarburg's first time on offense. Quarterback Chip Rank. You're wondering who to watch on the Cedarburg offense. It's 3, 4, and 5. Lauders is 3, Rank is 4, Pogenberg is 5. Here's the handoff to Pogenberg, and Pogenberg out near the 25-yard line, his first carry.
I'd watch for a lot of misdirection with this offense. As you say, Steve, they don't match up size-wise real well with Monona Grove, but speed-wise, I'm sure they do just fine.
Pogenberg had lined up at a flanker position and took the inside handoff. 5-yard pickup makes it 2nd and 5. 10 minutes. We're just underway here in the first quarter. All right. Quarterback Chip Rank, the tallest player on either side. A Division I basketball recruit. Going to play for Northern Iowa next year, but he's a quarterback today. Now he's looking to throw. Quick 3-step drop. Slings it out, looking for Pogenberg, and it's incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
A little bit high on that pass, but well covered over there by Austin Clutie. It looks like he's got the club off his hand now, Steve.
Not that it made a difference. Clutie's been a terror all season for the Silver Eagles.
Yeah, he's been terrific at linebacker, and he's leads the team in sacks this year with 4.
I think Kevin Reuter has 6, Bob.
Oh, well, I must have missed that
But he's
one.
second. We'll give him a good second. Well, he's picked off some
A tough
passes
second.
too, hasn't he? All right, big 3rd down play. Rank brings him up to the line. Full house backfield. The pitch to Louders, and Louders will be stopped in the backfield for a loss.
There was no chance at all on that one. You cannot have such a slow developing play against Monona Grove's defense.
They ran a little pitch to this side, and it'll bring up 4th down, and Matt Bromley back to punt it for the Bulldogs.
Looked like Nathan Taylor on the tackle there, along with Zach Zweifel.
Zweifel will drop back to return it, standing about his own 35-yard line. The wind will help Cedarburg from this direction. A short kick. This may get out of bounds. Yes, it will at the 46-yard line. So the Silver Eagles will get good field position on the exchange.
Indeed, a very, very short punt, one of only about 30 yards. Tough wind today, but it seems to be blowing across the field, Steve, so I'm not sure how much of an impact it's going to have.
Kind of diagonally, but we'll see. I think it's going to affect the place kicks more so than the punts.
Well, and it held up. I think it held up Rouch's pass there that was intercepted. It looked like that ball hung up as he threw into the wind.
Let's blame the wind because he was throwing into it. Now 1st and 10, they go into a standard split back set. This is Payne in motion. The handoff to Goff. And Goff pushing hard ahead, maybe got 2 yards. There's leaves on the field that make me think of penalty flags.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what I saw over there. No, that was a flag because they got a penalty.
That's right. 2-yard pickup for Bo, 2nd and 8. Payne in motion. Roush looking to throw. Swings it out to Payne. Payne brought down just over the 50-yard line. About the 47 of Cedarburg.
Kind of like those short outs like that. They essentially work as running plays, high percentage, usually pick up 4 or 5 yards, and it keeps the defense honest. They can't just come for the quarterback, and they can't load up in the box.
3rd and 3 now for the Silver Eagles.
3rd and 3.
All right, big 3rd down play. Roush looking to throw again. Going deep to Zweifel. Zweifel has a step on his man and brings the catch in down inside the 15-yard line.
A lot of good handwork by Zweifel going down the field. They didn't call it, but there was a little bit of pushing. You'll probably see that on the replay here. Watch Zweifel as he heads downfield. You're not going to there.
Zweifel had a little separation there. Big play by him now. How many yards you got on that one, Bob?
Well, I'm working on that right now, Steve, as a matter of fact. I got it up for 34 yards.
The ball on the 14-yard line of Cedarburg. MG 1st and 10. They hand off to Roach. LeBron's on his feet inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, you don't want to abandon the run. If you can establish that run, that opens up the passing game even wider. There's going to be a lot of one-on-one stuff if they can keep 9 guys in the box.
The ball spotted at the 9-yard line. 2nd and 5. Just under 7 minutes to play in a scoreless first quarter. Silver Eagles against the Bulldogs. Payne in motion. Goff with the handoff, close to the 5-yard line.
Looked like number 2 from Cedarburg there. Let's get a name on that guy. Faraji Starks. You got to like that. Looked like he was trying to take Goff's shoe off there.
Well, you can't play without a shoe, Bob. All right. 3rd and 1. Double tight ends in there, Schrader, Gasser, and Stearns. The handoff to Roach. Cuts it into the end zone. LeBron Roach, the first score of the game.
Outstanding seal on that side by the tight end and tackle. And then the kick-out block by Goff opened up a huge hole. I think Roach would have scored from 80 on that one.
Twing will attempt the extra point here. Watch this on the replay. The great block here.
Watch a kick out right there, and it's just
Goff
wide
did a great
open.
job. Twing's kick. Low, but through.
So give a lot of credit to Riley Querna and Nathan Graham Schrader Gasser on that, because they did the nice job of sealing off the inside of that inside of the defense there. Bogoff with the final block.
Is that a pirate on the sidelines there, Bob? He's got puffy sleeves and a bandana.
Could be.
I think that's team physician Jim Shropshire.
Could be Jerry Seinfeld. He of the puffy shirt.
All right, so the Silver Eagles with 6:12 to play in the first quarter take a 7-0 lead over the Bulldogs.
Well, that wasn't too tough, although they did get the big pass play that got him down deep. But Monona's running game looks like it's going to, get a foothold here for sure.
Well, the big play on that drive, though, of course, was the pass to Zweifel. That was huge. I mean, a nice catch again, as he has all year. I mean, he has been outstanding. He's got great hands. Now Goff will kick off for the Silver Eagles. Back deep, Eric Pagenberg.
Well, Cedarburg has relied on its offense to win games this year. They've scored piles of points, but their defense has given up 160 points this year. For a 9-1 team, that is a lot of points.
I'm guessing we won't see a deep kick here if you've got a return threat.
I thought it was going to be to celebrate Halloween.
Last week, they kicked it 3 times out of that.
Did they?
That
I missed
move.
it.
Yep.
Out of the bunch?
Out of the bunch. That's a good call for that formation. Now Goff kick the knuckleball right up the middle and let Pagenberg take it about the 14-yard line. Out across the 30, still on his feet across the 40-yard line. Pagenberg showing some good speed.
Yeah, those swip kicks work the best when they get to bounce more than once. If you get the Sunday hop on the first bounce, you can make some hay on that because the defenders have not had a chance to get down and cover the kick. If you get that second bounce, then it can just bounce all over the place. And boy, you're right. Jim Shropshire must be freezing down there in that outfit.
Yes, I'm not going to say anything. Here's the pitch to Pagenberg.
Still up.
Hagenberg has some running room across the 45 and brought down in MG territory. The ball spotted at the 43-yard of MG. Nice run by Pagenberg. They run him out of that flanker position. He looped around behind the quarterback, chip Rank, and Rank pitched him the ball.
Pagenberg comes into this game with 335 yards on the ground.
The handoff up the middle this time to number 2, Faraji Starks, and Starks about a 5-yard pickup. Call it 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Starks, another one of their players that's got over 300 yards rushing this year.
5 touchdowns for Starks as well. They got a lot of guys that run the ball and run it well. Starks averaging over 7 yards a carry, as is most of the team, it seems like.
The
2nd and
offense
4.
Gathered very tight here.
Now the pitch to Louders. Louders stuffed. They've been keying on him. He might have got a yard on that one, maybe a little more.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a good idea to key on him because he really is the linchpin of that offense.
3rd and 2. Louders with almost 1,400 yards rushing, 8.5 yards a carry. They've been stuffing him pretty good so far. Rank will come in with the play. 4:50 to play in the first quarter. Boy, they really bunch them all together there in that formation. Louders in motion. The handoff to Pagenberg, though, and Pagenberg might have got the first down there. It's going to be close.
Let's see.
He didn't get more than a couple.
Monona Grove did a pretty good job of creating traffic there, not allowing him to get through. That play has worked a couple times.
He's going to be short. 4th and 1. Only a 1-yard pickup for Pagenberg. Big defensive stand, and it looks as if the Bulldogs will go for it, of course. On a night like this, it's going to be a little hard to kick it that distance.
Well, that's for sure. And they're at the 34-yard line, so punting is kind of foolish on a 4th and 1 here. If it was 4th and 7, I'd say punt it and try to get Monona Grove deep, but not at this juncture.
That formation is similar, that double wing is similar to what Edgewood runs, except now they've got Louders coming in back into an I position, and now we're going to get a timeout called. Rank didn't like something and called the quick timeout. So Cedarburg using their first tee.
Well, they might have been losing time there. They might have been looking at getting whistled for a penalty. They also may have been trying to draw Monona offside.
He wasn't up under center very long, though. Usually he'll stand there for a few seconds, and bob his head some. All right, 4th and 1, 3:51 to play in the first quarter. MG up 7-0. The winner of this taking on the winner of DeForest and Wanakee, which last we heard DeForest was on top in that one. If it's Wanakee, we'll play here. If it's DeForest, we got to travel.
Yeah, and somebody call the WIAA and ask why the number 1 seed in the bracket doesn't get home games as long as they keep winning. It doesn't make any sense. This is hopefully when they go to district scheduling and stuff like that, some of this foolishness will go away. The WIAA needs to kind of get their act together on these tournaments.
All right, 4th and 1. Here we go. I formation. Pagenberg split out wide to this side. The handoff to Louders, and Louders.
I don't know if he got it.
It's going to be close. We'll see what kind of a spot we get here.
They got at him right in the hole, but he managed to squirt forward. He might have got enough.
Logan Louders, a 5'8", 179-pound junior. Boy, it's going to be close, I think, Bob. He might have just gotten it, though. What are we going to do? What are we going to say? Nope, they're going to measure. That's pretty close.
It's very close, but I think he got it.
I think he did.
It's just after contact, too, because they got him right at the point of attack, but he was able to just lean forward enough that I think he got the first. Louders so far has not found any running room. 3 carries for 2 yards if this one holds up.
Surprising, I would have thought Cedarburg would try and run outside more, and they got the first down by the length of the football.
Well, they're in formation currently. The way it sits doesn't look like they're much into running outside.
No, it looks like an inside power.
Yeah, all between the tackles at the moment anyway. And surprisingly, with a quarterback that's thrown the ball 122 times this year coming into this game, I don't see anybody spread wide at all. No wide receivers.
No, Pagenberg and Lauder are kind of on the wing. Remuda right behind the quarterback. This is Pagenberg in motion. A fake. Rank looking to throw. Pressure. Looking deep. The wide receiver Misses the catch. That was Louders. The defensive back tripped. It was Jason Payne tripped on that, and Louders had the ball to himself and couldn't catch it.
That is a touchdown. All he has to do is bring it in.
Yeah.
That one's on Louders because that ball was right there, and he was all alone.
Rank put the ball right there. Jason Payne slipped, and it should have been 7.
Payne had good coverage, and as he turned, he tripped over his own feet. And that's a touchdown.
Off the
that
hands
ball
of
should have been brought
Logan
in.
Louders. So instead it's 2nd and 10. The ball on the Silver Eagle 33-yard line. Don't do that play again. This is Louders in motion. The handoff to Starks, and Starks down close to the 25-yard line. Faraji Starks, a 5'9", 208-pound senior.
Boy, nice gain by Starks on just a simple dive play, 7-yard pickup.
The ball to the 25, making it 2nd and 2. Excuse me, 3rd and 2. I forgot the incomplete. Rank comes in with the play. All right, Rank leads him up to the line. Starks the fullback. The wings are Poggenberg and Louders. Louders in motion. The pitch to him. He's hit. Has the first down across the 20, inside the 15, and out of bounds.
It's a good run by Louders. I mean, he got hit several times, was able to keep his feet, and just kept pumping away.
Yeah, at first I thought they were going to stop him for no gain, but instead it's a first down for the Bulldogs. Let's see what kind of a spot we get here. The ball at the 12-yard line.
13-yard gain on 3rd and 3. So Cedarburg coming right back down the field on Monona after Monona scores to take an early lead. Monona's defense needs to stiffen up here a bit and see if they can keep these guys down to a field goal attempt.
Rank calling the signals. Gives it. No, he's going to pass, rolling out, flips it.
That was Austin Clutie who blocked that pass. Another nice play by Austin Clutie this year, the junior. Looking forward to seeing him next year.
All right, that brings up 2nd and 10.
Rank 0 for 3 so far today, although one of them should have been handled.
All right, 2nd and 10 from the MG 12-yard line. Starks right behind the quarterback, Rank. Louders in motion, the handoff to Starks, the fullback, and he might have got to the 10-yard line before he's shoved back. Yeah, where are they going to give
Hard
him?
to tell who made the
The
tackle. I
announcer
think
said
it might have been Nathan Taylor.
Reuter with the credit. The ball at the 10-yard line, 3rd and 8. Oh, this is a big play now.
Yeah, Monona needs to stop these guys for little or no gain. That will force a field goal attempt.
With this wind, I would take my chances there. Hagenberg with the handoff, trying to get around the left side. MG strings it out. Percy in with the tackle for little or no gain. Mike Percy coming back from an injury, playing the corner nicely.
Yeah, nice job by Mike Percy on that play. Was able to get him around the ankle, slow him down enough, and Austin Clutie finished him off.
And I believe that's bringing on the kicking unit. Number 32, Nick Bainline, the kicker. So this will be a 25-yard field goal attempt from the left hash mark. With this wind, this is going to be a little tricky. The snap down, kick is high enough and deep enough, and good. So with 1:16, Cedarburg gets on the board with Bainline's field goal.
25-yarder for Mainline or Bainline or whatever his name is.
Mainline.
Heinlein. I like that guy. Name actually Mainline.
Mainline.
What is his name anyway?
Bainline. Nick Bainline.
Oh yes, there he is.
All right, 7-3, the Silver Eagles on top, and they will be receiving Bainline's kickoff. Mainline.
I like that though.
Do ya?
Don't you like that? That's a good name.
That's a fine name.
It is a good name. They got a lot of good names in that team. We were talking about that before the game started.
Yes, well, the Silver Eagles have their share of good names.
Do they have Arthur Pinkos?
They don't have an Arthur Pinkos, though. They do have a Goff, Zwiefel, and Payne going back to return this kickoff, though. Nice segue, huh?
Yeah, sweet.
Aren't I the clever one?
No.
No.
All right, MG,
all right.
let's see what they can do. The defense managed to stiffen up there down toward their deep end of the field. Held Cedarburg to 3 points.
Well, I got to say, we were helped by Lauders dropping that pass. That was huge. 1:16 to play. Bainline will kick it off for the Dogs.
They don't bunch. They don't bunch like MG does. MG bunches.
Quit your bunching. All right, Bainline's
Such
kick.
thing as a free bunch.
This will be taken by Goff about the 15-yard line. Bo out across the 25 and near the 30, but brought down short. Might have been Bo's first kickoff return this year, Bob.
I don't know. Look it up on your Max Prep stats.
I will look it up. Nothing like giving them a shout out, huh? Nope. No kick returns for Goff. Oh, no.
All right, let's see if MG can re-establish the running game here and push these guys down the field. I'd like to see MG control the ball for a few minutes here. Like 5 or 10.
Silver Eagles starting on their own 28-yard line. They split out Roach to this side. 2 wide receivers to the other side and a tight end as well. Instead, the quarterback Roush is going to keep it himself. No, wait, that's Zweifel on the Wildcat.
Yes, it was.
And Zweifel close to a first down.
Well, that's the first time we've seen that formation this year.
And it did pretty well, didn't it? Zach has run the ball 3 times prior to this game for 14 yards. Give him 9 yards. Nope, they're going to call it 10 yards and a first down. Well, that was nice.
It's mighty
Zweifel
democratic
out
of them.
there again
Something that
in
Arthur
the Wildcat.
Pincos could get behind.
2 wide receivers out to this side. Roach and Zweifel in the Wildcat. Zweifel again looking to run, looking to throw. Now he'll tuck it in. Probably going to lose a yard on that one.
I wasn't sure who he was looking at there, if it was Jason Payne or if it was...
Will Stearns was out there, Roach. Loss of a yard
Goff
on the play.
was trying to get down the middle unobserved, but they covered him well.
So Coach Stassi mixing things up a little bit, showing some wrinkles that undoubtedly Cedarburg hasn't seen this year. And now Zweifel will stay in there. Dylan Roush, the quarterback, on the bench. Well, on the sidelines anyways. I wouldn't say he's been benched.
All
Zweifel
Wildcat
and
right
Goff
now.
in the backfield. Zweifel going to cut it up and run now. Across the 40-yard line and dropped at the 42. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Well, he had a small opening there, but it closed up pretty quick. Still a gain of 5 for Zweifel on that one.
Now quarterback Dylan Roush will come back on the field. No, he will not. It's the end of the first quarter. So after running the Wildcat 3 straight plays, Zweifel will go back to wide receiver, I would imagine. But the Silver Eagles take the first quarter lead, 7-3. A little different look for the Silver Eagles.
That's
Bob.
for sure. A lot of new, as you call them, wrinkles thrown into their offense, and it's kind of really hard to believe. They didn't have very much time to prepare for this game after a Tuesday game, and only gave them 3 practice days to get ready for this game. It's another thing the WIAA could look into changing is, having your first playoff game on Tuesday and your next one on Saturday. That puts a lot of pressure on the kids, especially to learn anything new. And each game you play in the playoffs gets harder and harder. There's no, soft touches in the second round of the playoffs.
Not in the second level of the playoffs, no. These are teams that deserve to be here, obviously. Both of these teams ranked in the top 10 by the end of the season.
Yeah, there are ways that the WIAA could fix it. One would be to get rid of a round of the playoff games, which means a few less teams would make the field. And some people, myself included, think that's not necessarily a bad idea.
I have to agree. Right now, half the teams in the state make the playoffs.
Or you get rid of it and have all teams make the playoffs and have everybody play an 8-game regular season.
Roush looking to throw, rolling. Now he's going to tuck it in and run. Ooh, took a big hit, but gained a couple yards on the play.
No, actually looks like he got thrown for about a yard loss, and it's going to be 4th down.
Right. That's right. I was looking at the yard marker, not the down marker. He did lose a yard on that run. It'll bring up 4th and 8.
Well, had a promising beginning with a 10-yard run by Zweifel on 1st down, and then the drive has stalled, and Monona Grove will punt.
Bainline and Poggenberg back for the Bulldogs. Logan Twing's first punt.
Oh,
No, lousy
off the
kick
side
off
of
the
his
side of his
foot.
foot. That's not even going to make the 50-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 48-yard line. 47. Yikes.
6-yard punt.
That hurts. All right. Well, Cedarburg playing with a short field now. 1st and 10 from the MG 47.
Yeah, that was a. Hopefully, that is not a mistake that Monona Grove will regret. When it's windy like this, I know as a punter, you're trying to get some hang time, let your guys get downfield to cover. But when it's windy, you got to just punt it on the line and try to get as much distance as you can.
All right. Well, big plus for the Bulldogs. They take over 1st and 10 from the MG 47-yard line. A straight eye backfield now. Starks and Louders. Instead, they're going to flip it out. It's to Poggenberg. Poggenberg dropped, maybe even for a loss here. Who was that? Jack Retzloff.
Retzloff with the tackle. Let's see if they give him forward progress. I thought he got by the down marker there, but I guess not. They'll call it no gain.
No gain on that one. Great coverage by Retzloff. Jack, a very aggressive defensive back.
I think that's the first time I've seen Cedarburg come out in a set with wideouts.
And now they're back into that double wing, single back bunch formation. There's Louders getting the pitch. Louders into the line, has little running room and close to a first down, might be short.
Well, that's how they get. Obviously, that's how Louders has made his yardage this year. He takes that little inside pitch, and then he essentially hits the ground running.
Yeah,
hits
makes that
ball,
quick cut
and,
into the
it's
line.
It's kind of like taking if you're a punt returner, taking the punt on the run. All of a sudden, you're that much harder to bring down.
Yeah, he's got his momentum when he gets the ball. We're going to have a measurement here. The ball about at the 37, just inside the 37 actually, and it's a first down for Cedarburg.
All right.
10-yard pickup for Louders. The Bulldogs up to the line in a hurry now. They were assuming it was a first down. All right, the defense is going to have to figure that one out. It's a look we haven't seen much this year, but certainly effective for the Bulldogs. There's Louders in motion, getting the pitch again, cutting it up. Inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, pretty much the same play. He takes that inside pitch, takes a quick look to see where the blocks are, and then cuts off the back end of the interior lineman.
9-yard pickup for Louders. I imagine they've run that play a couple of times this year. Louders averages 8.5 yards a carry, and they run that pretty well. 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and it's a nice looking play. I like the whole idea behind it, where he's on the run when he actually takes the ball. So no actual handoff.
As he goes in motion. Now Rank gonna throw.
Nope. Gave back to Starks here.
Starks, the fullback, inside the 10, knocked out of bounds, short of the goal line. No touchdown.
Yep. He hit the pylon on the way out, and that is part of the goal line, so that is a touchdown.
From 28 yards out.
Excellent fake by the quarterback there. Obviously got Steve on that one, but the handoff coming around the backside to the blocking back, Starks, and a long touchdown run by Starks.
28 yards by Starks. Now Bainline will attempt the extra point. And Bainline gives him a 10-0 lead, or excuse me, 10-7 lead.
Well, great misdirection on that play. Completely fooled the Monona Grove defense. And by the time contact was made, Starks was 25 yards downfield.
So with 10:17 left to go in the half, Cedarburg with their first lead, 10-7. Guess they got to dig deep, Bob.
Well, Monona Grove's defense hasn't played an offense yet like this Cedarburg team, so we'll see what they got in them.
In their defense, Cedarburg hasn't played too many defenses like this either.
No, that's true, and it didn't help that Monona gave Cedarburg a short field to start with the short punt.
No, that was a big difference there, but now MG will take over.
Yep, MG needs to shake it off, get back in offense, and try to get the ground game going, little ball control, and keep that Cedarburg offense off the field.
We didn't expect a shutout today, I have to admit, but we'll see what they can do. A lot of game to play yet. 10:17 left to go in the first half. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Bainline pacing it off, and we'll kick off. Zweifel, Goff, and Payne deep. The kick going to be taken by Goff about at the 12. Run it, Bo. Run it, Bo. Up across the 30-yard line and out to the 32 where MG will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a hole there, but he just couldn't quite get there fast enough. A decent return regardless. Monona Grove starts with the good field position across the 30.
Yeah, give Bo 20 yards on that return. I'll take that every time. All right, Dylan Roush out there at quarterback. Wide receivers are Zweifel and Welsh. Goff and Roach behind the quarterback in the split back formation. The handoff to Roach. Into the line, not much there, although he did fall forward maybe for a yard.
Yeah, he got piled up immediately there.
That was one thing I noticed about LeBron Tuesday night is he seemed to go forward every time he went down.
Well, he's about 6'2", so if he falls down, that's going to be at least a 1.5 yard gain.
1 yard pickup there, 2nd and 9 for the Silver Eagles. Junior Dylan Roush will lead him up to the line, and now he ducks under center. Oh, we got whistles.
Call would
Timeout,
be...
MG? Yep.
Must have called that from the sideline.
Yeah, I believe that was Coach Stassi. It was the side judge here blowing his whistle.
So 9:28 to go here in the first half. 10-7 Cedarburg. Long ways to go in this game. Monona Grove having a little bit of trouble getting on track on offense here. And Cedarburg's offense showed us why they've scored 53 touchdowns coming into this game.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection, a lot of confusion there trying to cover.
A lot of team speed,
Yeah.
too. That's Lauder's kid has got some serious quickness.
Well, Starks showed some good speed, too, getting out on that
He got
touchdown.
out around there, but boy, once he got out in the open, it was a chugga out there. Not quite as fluid as Lauder's or Poggenberg.
No. All right, we're ready to go here with 9:28 left in the first half. MG trailing at 10-7. Neither of these teams have spent too much time trailing in any of their games this year. This is Welsh in motion. The pitch to Roach. Roach tries to cut it back up. Got to the 35-yard line. Going to leave it 3rd and 6.
Well, he faked the pitch to Goff to start and then turned around and handed off to Roach. But Cedarburg was not fooled.
All right, a big 3rd down here. Can't afford to turn it over at this point. Clock running, 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. Shotgun formation. Roush looking to throw.
Welsh.
Looking for Welsh, and Welsh lost the handle on it. Darn it, Matty. He was at the 45-yard line. It would have been a first down, but bobbled it and dropped it. And now the Silver Eagles will have to punt.
Well, he ran the perfect route. He did a run out, and then he just did a simple hook. But he knew where the sticks were. He got there. Pass was delivered on time, on the money, and not handled.
All right, so instead, Logan Twing will come on to punt.
Hopefully Logan can get off a little bit more of an effective punt.
Bainline and Poggenberg deep to return this. There's a much better punt. Poggenberg coming up.
Oh, nice
Catches
play.
it about the 35-yard line and knocked out about the 43-yard line.
Well, still a very good field position for Cedarburg again. A much better punt, but a smart play by Poggenberg to get up and catch that ball on the fly.
Got that one in stride and had a nice return out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, you don't want to let that ball hit the field. That's when you get the big rolls and you get the extra 10 or 15 yards on there. Nice play by Poggenberg.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 43-yard line. Now they split out 2 wide receivers to this side. That's Poggenberg and 21, Bromley. I formation, there's Poggenberg in motion. Rank looking to throw for Poggenberg deep and overthrows him. That was out of bounds anyways.
Thank goodness. He was wide open.
Yep, he got past Zweifel and Retzlaff.
Zweifel was not even close.
Poggenberg can fly.
Yeah, and once again, he was in motion on the run when the ball was snapped, and he didn't do anything but a streak down the sideline.
Something we got to watch. It seems like the guy in motion is the guy getting the ball on every play.
Well, I haven't seen him hand off at all when they have Starks and Lauder line up one behind the other. It's always been either a handoff to Poggenberg or a pass.
Now there's Lauder in motion. The handoff to Starks this time, though. And Starks into the pile for maybe 5 yards. They're going to mark it at the 49. About a 6-yard pickup, 5-yard pickup, 3rd and 5.
Gain.
Okay, big 3rd down play for the Silver Eagle defense. 8:16 to play and the clock running here in the first half.
Boy, they're spreading it around here. 3 different players have carried the ball here for Cedarburg, and I thought Lauders would far and away the guy.
Yeah, I thought he'd
be
get
the workhorse out here.
Lauder's in motion. Now they're going to give it to Poggenberg. Silver Eagles wrap him up, but he gets close to the first down, but will be short.
Oh, I don't know. They're giving him a pretty favorable mark there. I thought he was about a half. Ball came down a half a yard short of that.
Reuters with the tackle that will bring up 4th and 1, though.
I think they could have also called Lauders for a hold out there on the wing when he was making his block. It looked like he had a bunch of jersey in his hand.
All right, Cedarburg going to go for it here. They're going into the wind. 4th and 1, and their ground game has been working, so I say this is a high percentage play for them. They come out with that bunch offensive formation.
See if they get the ball to Starks here. Nope.
The pitch to Lauders, and Lauders brought down
short.
short.
There, Taylor Steinke on the tackle. Let's say Kevin Reuters made the initial contact.
Reuters held him up, and Steinke finished him off, and the Silver Eagle defense holds.
Did you see their quarterback Chip Rank leading him into the hole on this one, Steve? Watch this replay. Look at Chip Rank leading him into the hole, but Steinke with the Kevin Reuter with the initial contact, and Steinke with the finish.
All right, so the MG offense out there.
All right, outstanding defensive play. Let's see if that'll kickstart this Monona Grove O.
7:12 to play. The Silver Eagles take over on their own 48-yard line. Nice field position. I think I would have gone for it too, being Cedarburg at that point, but Welsh in motion. Silver Eagle defense stepping up big. The handoff to Roach. LeBron across the 50 and dropped at the 49-yard line.
Tackle made there by number 44, Luke Baumgartner, who actually closed down that hole in a hurry. LeBron had a pretty nice hole there, but Baumgartner filled her up and made the tackle.
Well, interesting thing, Bob, only 2 teams in Cedarburg's conference making the playoffs, them and Mequon Homestead. And
I guess I
in
didn't
the Badger
realize that.
South, about half the teams made the playoffs. So I was thinking they were in a weak division.
I mean, some conferences got more than half making the playoffs.
Roach trying to go right side across the 45 into the 40 and in deeper into Cedarburg territory. LeBron kind of turning and backing across the 40-yard line. First down MG. The ball to the 39. Watch LeBron turn on this one as he gets hit. And there he keeps pushing and gets across the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. The clock continues to run. 6:20 to play in the first half.
Well, Monona Grove may do well to run a couple of wide plays here and maybe one of those inside handoffs to Zweifel to see if they can kind of loosen up the defense a little bit.
Welsh in motion.
8 guys in the box right now, Steve.
They give it to Goff. Goff pushing down to the 35-yard line. Just smash mouth on that one, nothing fancy.
Well, there's plenty of gap between the down linemen, but they got 4 linebackers. They're playing a 4-4 out here. That means the wide receivers are getting just nothing but one-on-one attention out there.
Well, time for those quick screens or a slant maybe.
Well, if they can tame the wind a little bit here, Monona should be able to complete a pass over the top to Zweifel.
2nd and 6. Welsh in motion. Roach. LeBron trying to pick his holds across the 30-yard line, close to a first down.
Should be a first down.
They're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line. That is a first down.
Well, I got 49 yards for LeBron Roach on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carries.
Not a bad day for the youngster. Just a junior, so we'll get to see him and the quarterback Roush next year, as well as both wide receivers. The handoff to Roach again. LeBron has the 25, the 20, has a little running room, cuts it back inside and near the 10-yard line before he's brought down. First and goal, MG.
Now that's the way to finish a run, Steve. We'll see that on replay. Instead of stepping out of bounds, he lowered his head, piled forward for another 5-6 yards.
Now watch him
come around and
cut
get
back
contact here.
here.
And now
Right
he cuts
there,
back
he
and
cuts
just
back.
drives. Good
And
job.
down to about the 8-yard line. First and goal, MG. Nice run by the junior. Time for a Goff carry. Double tight end set. Nope, they're going to give it to Roach again. LeBron trying to go right side. Into the end zone. LeBron Roach gives the Silver Eagles the lead.
Now that's more like it, Steve. Didn't pass the ball at all. Nothing but smash mouth the whole way. LeBron Roach doing most of the damage for Monona Grove, and they've grabbed the lead.
Nice run there by LeBron Roach. Now Logan Twing will attempt the extra point. The kick, high enough, deep enough, and good enough. And gosh darn it, it's good enough. So the Silver Eagles taking the 14-10 lead over the Cedarburg Bulldogs. 4:45 to play in the first half. Like you said, Bob, nothing fancy on that drive, just straight ahead football.
Well, the way that Cedarburg's got their defense set up, they play 4 down linemen, and then they set up 4 linebackers as well. And that leaves room, depending on where those outside guys are playing. If you can get the seal out there, you can get a lot of room on the outside. And if you'll notice that LeBron's 2 runs to finish off that drive both started right around off tackle and then kicked outside, and where they got the seal and the kick-out block.
Well, LeBron Roach with 2 touchdowns this afternoon, giving the Silver Eagles that 14-10 lead. Still, plenty of time left for Cedarburg. They've shown they can move the ball. They'll get it back with more than 4.5 minutes to play.
On that last Cedarburg offensive series, though, Monona Grove showed they can still play some D. Taking the ball on downs from Cedarburg after they got the ball once again in very good field position.
Poggenberg flanked by Remuda and Bainline.
Yeah, don't get anxious, everybody at home.
do.
Don't get anxious.
I almost bumped my head on the microphone. All right. Bo Goff will kick this one off. A little bit of a help from the wind. Kick that knuckleball again. They're going to let Remuda take it about the 18-yard line. Remuda dropped, finally, short of the 35. And now the Silver Eagle defense will come back out on the field.
Well, this is about the worst field position Cedarburg's had this game to start a drive.
I gotta say, you're probably right. The ball right at the 35-yard line of Cedarburg. All right. They split out Poggenberg and Bromley wide to this side. I formation behind. Here's Poggenberg in motion. The handoff to Starks, the fullback, and Starks will get a couple before he's dropped.
Let's see who comes up off the bottom of that pile.
They're saying
Jack Retzloff. Indeed it was.
Coming up to Phil.
And only, well, maybe a yard and a half
Maybe a
gain
yard
on that one.
Yeah, how generous do you want to be? Call it the 37-yard line, maybe 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8. Now that bunch formation.
Well, I would watch for that inside pitch to Louders on this one.
Now there's Poggenberg in motion. But they do hand it off to Louders inside, and Louders got maybe a yard on that one. Not much more.
On a simple handoff, Louders has not found much running room. It's little inside pitches that have been the plays that have worked for him.
Now, 3rd and 7. This is a huge play leading into the second half. Silver Eagles can force them into a punting situation. They could go into the locker room with a lead, I would hope.
Yeah, big 3rd down play for Monona. If they can get them to punt, then they have 2 of their timeouts left and could possibly get another score.
3rd and 7 from the 38-yard line. I formation. Nobody in motion for change. Rank looking to throw. And Rank is hit. Gets the throw off. No. And it'll drop incomplete.
That was Jack Retzloff, I think. Got
yep,
back there on the
Retzloff came in on the corner
blitz. Greg Henderson's coming off the field like maybe he dislocated his shoulder.
Oh, yeah, he is looking hurt.
Yeah.
That does not look good at all. Yeah. Greg Henderson, one of their best pass rushers, clearly in pain, but that's going to force force Cedarburg to punt the ball.
Yeah, Retzloff came in a little high there on the 6'6" quarterback. If he would have come in a little lower, he'd have got the sack.
Well, Jack listed at 5'11". He looked a lot shorter than that. Here's the kick by Bromley, and Zweifel will let it hop again, and Cedarburg will down it inside, right at the 25, let's say it.
Yeah, Zach had time to get up under that and fair catch it. They'd have probably got another 5-6 yards upfield on that one. But nevertheless, Monona Grove's defense makes a nice stop, and Monona Grove's offense has 3 minutes to get some more points on the field and could easily do so.
3:07 to be exact, Bob. I'm really concerned about Greg Henderson here. He appears to be in a lot of pain. The trainers are looking at him, and it's clearly his shoulder.
Yeah, he ran off like maybe that shoulder wasn't where it needed to be anymore.
Well, the trainers are attending to him, and I doubt we'll see him back before the half, but I hope he's all right.
Shoulder
the handoff to Roach. LeBron has the 25, the 30, a little running room across the 35, and brought down out at the 40-yard line. LeBron Roach, another big run, and a first down, MG.
Now, that's 3 consecutive plays around the right end for LeBron Roach. All of them been very good gainers.
And give a lot of credit to Bo Goff for some nice blocks out in front of him there. Double tight end set now. Welsh, the only wide receiver out there. MG blocking ahead of LeBron Roach very well in this quarter. They'll give this one to Goff, trying to go left side. Nice block. Bo across the 45, near the 50, down by the 45-yard line of Cedarburg.
Well, I like how these running plays these wide running plays are working here, because boy, oh boy, they've been nothing but good gainers since they started doing it.
Cedarburg not sealing off the corner well at all. 2 back-to-back first down carries, and the ball downed at the 47-yard line of Cedarburg.
And I think Cedarburg's going to take a timeout. I think a smart timeout by the coaching staff over there, because clearly somebody is not staying home on those plays.
Let's give some credit to the MG tackles and tight ends.
Absolutely. I think also the Monona Grove's wideouts are just running their corners off the play, which leaves wide open around the end if you get that seal block on the linebacker there, and so far they're doing that.
They're getting that. I mean, both Goff and Roach have blocked for each other and done a good job.
Clearly Stearns and Schrader Gasser are making their blocks. Let's give some love to the tackles, too. Riley Quierna and Austin Barlow.
Barlow has just been a beast all year, Bob.
We haven't seen the beast, have we?
The beast, Kyle Hafmeister?
Yeah.
Why does he need a nickname when his last name is Hafmeister? They could call him the Hafmeister. Meister.
Yes. The Meister. Just call him the Meister. The Maestro.
The monster. The Meister monster. All right, first down from MG from the Cedarburg 47-yard line. The good news is Greg Henderson is moving his left arm. It might have just been a stinger there, Bob.
Let's hope that's all it was.
Welsh in motion. The handoff to Roach. Coming outside, look to cut it back. Now they're going to catch him.
That one developed way too slowly.
Hagenberg with the tackle, and they're going to lose a yard or two. Or they're going to give him the line of scrimmage, it appears.
That was pretty generous. I don't think he got there.
I think they gave him a foot even. They moved from one side of the 47 to the other. 2nd and 10 for the Silver Eagles.
Okay, went to the well. I think one play too often there. Let's see what they call here.
All right, let's soften up that middle again. They are playing a little wider. Now they're looking to pass. They've got Stearns. Nope. Now he looks over the middle. Finds Payne at the 30. Jason cuts it back to the 25 and down to the 22-yard line.
All right, now the intended receiver on that, Steve, was Stearns, but Stearns was covered. So Rouch just stood back there because he got all day to throw the ball and found Payne coming across the field open.
He must that what, a 20-yard pickup? 25-yard pickup.
25-yard pickup.
Jason Payne doing a good job cutting back and getting some yardage after the catch there. 1st and 10 MG.
Dylan Rouch had at least 5 or 6 seconds to throw the ball on that one.
Yeah,
and still was
nice
not
pump.
Even rushed.
Stearns was deep one down the middle. Now the handoff to Goff inside, and Bo pushes inside the 20 and close to the 15-yard line. MG doing a good job mixing in that pass when they need to. Playing with a double tight end set.
Yeah, and how many times over the years, Steve, we said, boy, it sure would be nice to see Monona Grove go to the tight end more.
Well,
and when they finally
use him as a
called the play,
decoy
they finally called the play, and he wasn't open.
All right, Payne the wide out. Here he goes in motion. Schrader, Gasser, and Stearns the tight ends in this set. The handoff to Roach up the middle. LeBron cuts it back up inside the 10. First down, MG. First and goal. 50 seconds to play. The ball right on the 10-yard line. First and goal, MG.
Might be worth noting here, Steve, that by my numbers, LeBron Roach just went over 100 yards for the game. I think that's his first 100-yard game.
No, he did have one against Stoughton.
Stoughton.
Yep. He and Goff both went over 100 in that game. Rouch looking to throw. Intercepted and stepped out of bounds. No, they didn't call him out of bounds. Darn it. Inside the 10-yard line, Roush throws the INT.
There was nobody open. I mean, nobody open on that. I have no idea who he thought he was throwing the ball to. That is a huge, huge break for Cedarburg. That shouldn't have happened.
No, you're right, Bob. MG, with 50 seconds left, had plenty of time to run a couple more plays and get in the end zone. Instead, they turn it over, and Cedarburg will get the ball.
I don't have a problem with the call, Steve, but I have a problem with the execution on that. There was absolutely no one open. If nothing else, you just throw the ball out of bounds.
All right, now Cedarburg with 30 seconds left. Watch them go deep on this one.
Wide shot, get wider.
Rank calling the signals. Louder in motion. I can't even see what's
he took
happening.
that
Rank
inside
kept
pitch.
that himself, didn't he?
No. Louder
Oh,
got
you're right.
the
Louder
inside
took
pitch.
it. Got across the 15-yard line, short of the first down.
I think they'll be. Maybe. Well, let's see what they do.
Now they're going to get another playoff. 15 seconds left in the half. Rank to Poggenberg. Poggenberg has the first down. They'll stop the clock with 5 seconds left. Surprised they're not trying to go deep on this.
Well, they will on this one. But I think they just didn't want to make any last-second mistakes.
I suppose. Here. They run it out to the 28-yard line.
And that kills a team when you make a mistake when you're in a certain situation at the end of the half.
That's too bad. I was looking at going into the locker room with a 21-10 lead. That would have been sweet.
That would have been.
Cedarburg's only trailed at halftime a couple of times this year, I think. Let me look at this here. I marked it. Let's see. Against Chippewa Falls in the second game of the year, they were down 14-7 at the half. And then against Homestead, they're down 6-0 at the half. That's it. They have taken big leads into the locker room every time out this year, except those two games, one of which they lost. And the Chippewa Falls game, they won by not by a whole lot, 21-14. And Chippewa Falls, not a big threat. They finished the season 4-5, didn't even make the playoffs. So with 5 seconds left, Cedarburg with one more shot here. The ball on their own 28-yard line. Dang, it's too bad about that interception. I didn't see who picked that one off for Cedarburg.
I think it was Jurenko, as a matter of fact. I think it was number 34, yeah.
Wow, our boy. All right, 5 seconds left. They come out with that bunch formation. Starks, the fullback. Poggenberg and Louders, the wings. Louders in motion. They pitch it to him. And Louders still on his feet, crossed the 35-yard line.
All right, you're going to have to explain that to me, Steve. Why bother calling a timeout to call a running play?
Try and score a touchdown.
I don't understand that.
Well, we'll go into the locker room with the Silver Eagles leading at 14-10 versus the Cedarburg Bulldogs. I'm Steve Martinelli alongside Bob Schmuck. Stick around for the exciting second half of second-level WIAA football.
Will be 2 minutes.
From Monona Grove High School, the Silver Eagles lead at halftime over the Cedarburg Bulldogs, 14-10. Steve Martinelli alongside Bob Schmuck, and we just heard at halftime that the Waunakee Warriors have defeated the Norskis from DeForest 21-14. And so if the Silver Eagles win, we'll be back here next weekend hosting the Warriors. Bob? Quite a first half for the Silver Eagles. LeBron Roach, 2 big scores.
Yeah, LeBron Roach has played a nice game today. Carried the ball, what did I say, 12 times for 103 yards? Not bad, not a bad first half, and made a lot of hay when Coach Stassi and the coaching staff realized that the 4-4 defense was susceptible to wide running plays.
They were very vulnerable to that. The Silver Eagles marching down the field with that same play towards the end of the first half here, and only a interception with less than a minute to go kept them out of the end zone.
Yeah, that one was a darn shame, and I sure hope it doesn't come back to cost Monona Grove. Thrown into traffic in that situation was a mistake. Hopefully Monona Grove will have enough to come back, and that one won't be an issue.
Well, Cedarburg coming into this game averaging almost 39 points a game, held to just 10 in that first half, Bob. This is only the second time they've trailed going into the locker room. We'll see how they respond coming out. They will get the ball to start the second half, but I got to say I like the Silver Eagles' chances. The defense has done an outstanding job so far. Just a couple of breakdowns, but they've really shut down this one of the best offenses in the state.
I would agree. Cedarburg put together one drive on a short field. I think it was a 47-yard drive for their score. Otherwise, Monona Grove has played very well on D. They have had the ball. They've stopped them on fourth down, I think, twice. Haven't they, Steve? Turned the ball over on downs?
Yes, they have.
So Monona Grove's D, although they've given up about 150 yards of offense so far today, which matches what they usually give up each game, I think they've done a nice job against what is a high-powered offense.
Well, Bob, I'm looking, and I don't see him shortly before the end. With about 3 minutes to go in the first half, we saw Greg Henderson come off the field with an apparent shoulder injury. I don't see him in uniform out there warming up. I hope he's all right, but I fear we may not see him in the second half, and he's been one of the real stars of that defensive line.
Yeah, he's been solid absolutely all year, and we spent a lot of time calling his name in the games that we've done previous to this one.
And you remember a couple of weeks ago, he returned a fumble for a touchdown, his first varsity score.
I'm not quite sure where Cedarburg is. There's only a minute left before halftime, before the second half starts.
They're coming out now.
Not in any big hurry. That's good to see.
Well,
don't want them to get tense or anything like that.
They haven't been forced to play very hard in the second half of many of their games, which goes both ways. On one, they're not used to the pressure, but on the other hand, they got a lot of fresh players because they're able to go so deep.
Yeah, and they have spread the ball around as far as their running game goes. Their passing game has not gotten untracked at all. 1 for 6 is Chip Rank, the 6'6" quarterback for Cedarburg. He did have one big drop in the end zone by Logan Louders, their star running back. The ball hit him right in the hands. He was wide open at the 5-yard line, would have scored easily, and instead Louders dropped the ball. I guess kind of a trade-off, isn't it? With Cedarburg giving up one and then Monona Grove losing a chance at the end. I guess we're even Steven now.
Yes, I'll give you that. I guess they both kind of offset each other.
A very entertaining game so far. Now with Waunakee having won today, Monona Grove with a win, looking at a home game next week. This game gets just a little bit bigger. And Monona Grove is going to need home field advantage against Waunakee. Waunakee has an excellent team this year. They did get beat by Reedsburg this year in Reedsburg.
A team that MG has beaten.
A team that MG beat here at Monona. But
was that our first game of the year?
Yes,
Bob?
It was. 17-14 was that.
That's a tough game.
Was a tough game. Monona Grove came away with the win. Waunakee, an excellent football team. Since that loss to Reedsburg, they have absolutely destroyed every team they've played, including this last week in the first round of the playoffs. Who did they just absolutely crushed? Who the heck was it in the first round? You remember?
Oh, I could check. I've got it in front of me here. They crushed Oregon 37-6.
Yeah.
Oregon finishing tied for second in the Badger South.
Yeah, my friend Dave, whose son plays for Oregon, said it wasn't even that close. He said that Oregon had nothing the whole game. Waunakee absolutely dominated.
Well, we saw that when MG played Oregon as well. MG winning only 22-0, but a couple of mistakes kept that from being a 40-point victory.
But we are looking ahead, and we shouldn't be, because Monona Grove still got to finish this one
That's
off.
Right. We got 2 quarters to play
24
here.
minutes of football left here.
Against a darn good team.
Against a good football team. No slouches anymore in the playoffs. All these teams that have gotten this far are pretty good football teams.
Well, Bob, we'll see if MG can handle the loss of Greg Henderson. not only is he a great player, he's an emotional leader out there. You never see anybody more fired up than Henderson, and I like the way he plays, too. It seems like he's one of those kids whose motor is always revving high.
And he's a big kid, too, Steve. He goes at 6'1", 260. He really fills the gaps in the middle of the defensive line for Monona.
Well, they do have a lot of capable players to take his spot. We'll see how it goes. We're just about ready for the kickoff here. MG will be kicking from left to right to start the second half.
We'll see if Cedarburg actually tries to exploit the fact that Henderson is on the sideline.
By doing what? Running? They did a lot of that.
No, by running at his position. All right. Teams take their sidelines. Cedarburg will take the ball to begin the second half. Monona Grove up by 4. As we get ready to get it going. Get it on. Let's get it on.
Oh, it's on. All right. Silver Eagles will kick. Bo Goff will do the honors. Cedarburg, of course, will send back Pagenberg and a couple other fellers.
Yeah, no shortage of speed on the kick returners. That's for sure.
Silver Eagles have tried to kick that little squib kick, but the upbacks have let it through each time and let one of the deep guys come up and take it. That's always a little risky, but evidently they know what they're doing. They haven't bobbled one yet.
All right, so here we go. It should be an exciting half of Monona Grove football.
All right, Pagenberg flanked by Bainline, and I think that's Remuda back there with him. Goff ready to kick, this time for sure. Oh, I thought this was it. All right, here's Goff's kick. A squibber again. Remudo bounces. No, Pagenberg will take the high hop. And Pagenberg out near the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he was brought down pretty hard, too. Let's see who made that tackle. Kind of hard to see from here. I think that was number 43, TJ Bolfrass, on the tackle. I also see, who's this young man coming off here? Number 29. That would be Matthew Besh.
He's made a couple special teams tackles this year. I've seen his number called a couple of times. All right, 1st and 10
You've seen
for
it
the
called?
Bulldogs. Heard it called.
Must have really been cold that
I've
day.
even said it called. From the 31-yard line of Cedarburg, Pagenberg in motion gets the pitch. The little cutback and dumped at the 34-yard line.
It's Mike Percy on the tackle on that one, Steve. And that is the same play they started the first half with.
Pagenberg limping a little now.
Yeah,
He's just a little filler.
He took a hard hit in the thigh on that one.
Percy coming in hard. Came back after that knee injury, and Mike Percy's played a good defensive back for the Silver Eagles.
Mike Percy missed a lot of the season with the knee injury. Nice to see him back on the field.
3-yard pickup for Pagenberg. Makes it 2nd and 7 from the 34-yard line of Cedarburg. Rank calling the signals. Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Was looking for the wide receiver, Matt Bromley.
Bromley was open, but it looked like Rank actually short-armed that throw, trying to get it off too quickly.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Rank has been Rank. 1 for 7 for 0 yards here today.
Yeah, this is a guy who's completed 62% of his passes. I heard talk of him being mentioned as an all-state quarterback, but certainly not showing it tonight.
Yeah, in tough conditions, a lot of wind out here and cold, and a tough defense. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes. Finishes up for him.
MG watching for the run. This is the handoff to Lauder. No, the fullback Stark got it.
And went nowhere. Kind of an unusual 3rd and 7 call. There's been some kind of unusual calls coming from the Cedarburg sideline today.
I think Retzlaff and Percy were in on that, and we got a Bulldog down. Down, boy.
I can't believe I laughed at
About
that.
a 2-yard pickup. The ball at the 37-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and long. Cedarburg will have to punt into this wind.
Well, Logan Lauders, I'm sure, who will be an all-conference running back in the North Shore Conference.
Oh, heck yeah.
Has only carried the ball 10 times today, while Pagenberg's and Starks, they've each carried it 7 times.
Interesting. Lauders averages 16 carries a year, but the other guy, or 16 carries a game, the other guy's only 4 or 5 a game.
Yeah. That's a fact. And we haven't even seen their second leading ball carrier at all today, Andrew Hudson, who carried the ball 73 times this year.
I saw Hudson out during warm-ups, so I wonder why. He may be more of a fourth quarterback for them. Not a quarterback, but a running back in the fourth quarter.
Gotcha. Is that for our viewers? You felt like you needed to explain
No,
that?
I was having to draw you a picture. 10:57. We've got a timeout while they attend to the injured Bulldog.
Yeah, looks like he's coming up lame. Maybe they could run a fire hydrant out there and kind of... I wonder if that's what they do instead of smelling salts if somebody gets their bell rung.
Bad dog. Bad dog. When we come back out, it'll be 4th and 4 from the 37-yard line. Undoubtedly a punting situation. They're going to come out and give him a drink of water anyways.
Yeah, so far Cedarburg's only punted once today, but they've been on a short field most of the day.
Well, this is a good opportunity for the Silver Eagles to have that short field.
Yeah, and I think they need to be a little bit more aggressive about handling these punts, too. A lot of punts hitting the ground in these last few games for Monona Grove instead of being handled.
Oh, the little doggy's getting up. That's 68. One of their starting tackles, Jake Durham, 6'4", 230 pounds.
Big fella. And we don't mean to make light of this, but it looks like he's got a left leg injury there maybe an ankle injury. Hopefully he'll be able to shake that off.
He is able to walk off with some help. You always worry that it's something more serious than that. Now Zach Zweifel will drop back deep. And Bromley ready to punt the ball for the Bulldogs.
I think that'll be a pretty significant loss to Cedarburg if they lose
the way they've been running the ball. Yeah,
man.
They can't afford to lose one of their big guys. There's not a lot of size on the Cedarburg side.
He's their big boy, too.
All right, Bromley ready to kick. Zweifel standing at the 27-yard line. Nice kick. Zweifel let it drop, and it's going to be down to about the 32. Oh, closer to the 30. Silver Eagles will take over 1st and 10.
They're marking the ball to 29. Oh, boy,
Really?
I thought it was further up than that, but hey, what do I know?
You take it back, Bob. They mark it at the 33.
That's better.
Much better.
That's more like it.
That makes more sense. So, MG's ball, 10:40 to play. A 3 and out for the Bulldogs on their first possession of the second half.
Monona Grove not wasting any time getting at the line of scrimmage here.
They're anxious. They're chomping at the bit. Dylan Roush calling the signals. He'll give it to LeBron Roche. LeBron trying to cut back out to the 35 and no more. 2-yard pickup for LeBron. 2nd and 8 now.
So Roach with over 100 yards already in today's game.
Roach and Goff had a little tougher time running against Slinger, but the passing game really clicking that night. So tonight they're running because that's working for them. This is Welsh in motion. Roach across the 40-yard line, shy of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Nice hole there. It closed up just as Roach was getting to it, but it's still a good gain. Will Stearns, one of the blockers on that, made contact and kept contact on his man.
They're doing that double tight end set, and it's working so far. 3rd and 1 now. The ball at the 42-yard line. Welsh in motion. LeBron Roach trying to cut back. I believe he has the first down out to the 44.
That's where they mark it. Let's see.
That'll be a first down, I think. That's
call.
First down. First down. Come on. Say it. First down. Come on. You know you want to. Say it. Say it. Yeah.
A lot of discussion on whether, it'd be easy to decide, fellas. You could bring the chains out. You could do it.
They're trying to eye it up here.
Yeah, what is this? They're going to get down on one knee or maybe, line up their...
No, now they're going to measure.
It's like they're going to... Somebody get the bridge out. I got to line up my shot here.
Oh, man. Okay.
That took a long time to decide.
If you're on the fence at all, bring it out.
That's right.
When in doubt, bring it out. Isn't that the saying?
Say it loud.
So who do you like in the series, Bob?
I have barely watched any baseball this month.
No, I've watched some of the playoffs and a couple of the games.
Looks like a first down.
Geez, like we said. All right. LeBron Roach with the first down carry. 1st and 10 for the Silver Eagles from their own 43-yard line.
Well, LeBron using that 6'2" frame of his to get that first down because they made contact on him in the backfield.
All right, double tight end set still. Split backs are Roach and Goff. Welsh in motion. Goff with the handoff, this time across the 45 and falling to the 47-yard line.
Ran right up the back of the guard on that side, I believe. Let me take a look.
Who is that who gets up off the pile? Number
Rob
50,
Mackesy.
Mackesy.
Yeah, right up his, well, you know. But anyway.
Mackesy's done a great job blocking all season. 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6 for the Silver Eagles. Roach with the handoff. LeBron across the 50, has him running from 45, 40, 35 before he's knocked down inside the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 MG from the Cedarburg 33.
I'll tell you, that has really been an effective play from the second quarter on. As soon as Monona realized that play was happening, they kept going to it, and it has really worked well.
And LeBron Roach doing a good job staying on his feet, getting the first down at the Cedarburg 33-yard line. 8:29 and the clock running here in the third quarter, and MG up 14-10.
Stearns and
Schrader
Barlow
Gasser
on that side.
Oh, I thought you were talking
really
tight
doing
ends.
a nice job.
Now the handoff to Roach. Roach inside the 30, picking his room. Has the 25-yard line. We see a late flag come down.
I hope that's not a hold.
I'm hoping for a face mask or something. They're marking that he might have got to the 22.
It's a hold,
darn it.
unfortunately. Probably going to go against Matt Welsh.
Only the first Silver Eagle penalty, I believe, Bob.
That is the first Silver Eagle penalty. Only one on Cedarburg as well.
Yeah, and that was on the first play, wasn't it?
First play, that's right.
All right, that's going to march it back. A nice gain there by LeBron. He is actually close to the first down. Instead, it's going to be 2nd and about 14.
Looked like they threw the flag at Welsh. I'm not sure of that, obviously, but that's what it looked like to me.
Call it, yeah, 1st and 14 after the penalty. It's all right. We can make this up.
All right. Monona Grove running the ball effectively.
And that's what they need to do. They got to take some time off the clock and keep that Cedarburg defense out there.
A lot of two tight end offense today.
Goff with the carry this time across the 45, still on his feet down to the 33-yard line. Bo's not doing anything flashy tonight, just going forward every play.
Well, they're running in between the tackles. There's not a whole lot of room for flashiness in there.
The ball down to the 33, back to the original line of scrimmage before the penalty. 2nd and 10. Clock continues to run. Roush will bring him up to the line of scrimmage. Roach with the handoff across the 30 where he's hit immediately. They might give him the 30-yard line on this one.
Yeah, it looked like LeBron tried to leap over a guy in the hole there and was met by another Cedarburg defender in midair. So it dumped almost immediately.
So just this side of the 30-yard line. 3rd and 8. Big third down play here. Double tight end set still. They've been using this exclusively here in the second half. Matt Welsh, the only wide receiver. 2 interceptions already by the Bulldogs. They're going to give this one to Goff, and Bo trying to get outside on the left. He'll have the first down inside the 20-yard line. That outside run is working for the Silver Eagles. Bo started inside and then popped it out and gets the first down on 3rd and 8.
Absolutely. Run into daylight on that one.
Smart play by Bo Goff. Fine blocking to seal off that corner. Graham Schrader Gasser, the tight end there. I missed who the tackle was on that side, but some good blocking. I think that's 71, Riley Querna.
Riley Querna is the left tackle.
1st and 10 from the 20. Roach with the handoff. LeBron still spinning, still on his feet, dragged back by one of them chicken legs. Gets 3 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 7. Silver Eagles up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry now. 5:45 to play in the third quarter. A scoreless third quarter, but MG on top 14-10. Looking to get ahead by another score here. Roach has the 15-yard line and then stacked up. They were all over him.
Yeah, they penetrated well on that play. LeBron never had a chance.
To the 15, but no more. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5. Aren't they going to give us the 14-yard line? So 3rd and 4 was a favorable spot because I thought he was lucky to have made the 15. Okay, another big 3rd down play. Remember the last time it was Goff going around the left corner. Still double tight ends. This is Roach this time. Roach, I think he's going to be short of the 10. Roach fired up, but a little short of the first down.
Well,
4th and 1
now. I'd probably go for it here in this situation. But
with a crosswind like this, yeah, I think I would too, and it does
and
appear that's
they
what we're going to do.
They have Bogoff back and kicking. He's their starting kicker.
Yeah, they're going to go, Bob, on 4th and 1 from the 11. All right. Let's see what kind of call Coach Stassi comes up here with 4th and 1 from the 11-yard line of Cedarburg.
Sneak is open.
Goff. Ooh, I don't know if Goff got that. I don't think so.
I don't think he got there.
I think that's going to turn it over on downs to the Bulldogs.
It's a shame because the quarterback sneak was open on that one. All right, a big stop for Cedarburg there. The defense, kind of a bend-don't-break thing going on that drive. Monona had the ball for a long time, but comes up empty.
All right, so the Bulldogs will take over on their own 11-yard line. 4:16 to play in the third quarter. Well, good MG drive stymied at the 11. Now, Rank and company will come out. Now they go with wideouts to the left. I formation now Ranks. Clapping like somebody's jumped.
There was encroachment, yeah. That was
Okay.
number 77. Josh Archibald went offside.
All right, that'll give him another 5 yards to work with.
Brandon Palin is the player that is taking Greg Henderson's place at the right defensive tackle position.
1st and 5 then for the Bulldogs from the 16. Louders stacked up, didn't get much there. Might have got 2 yards.
Rob Magacy had the initial penetration on that and really slowed the play up.
Logan Louders got 1 on that one, 2nd and 4. Out of the eye, they give it. No, Rank rolling out, looking to throw. Throws intercepted. Who got that ball? Jason Payne with the interception.
Yep, that's who it was.
All right, let's watch it on the replay here. I couldn't see it very clearly, but Rank rolling, throwing, and Jason Payne just making a great play to step in front of that
I got
ball.
to tell you, that was a carbon copy of Dylan Roush's pick at the end of the first half. Another time where a quarterback throws into traffic, nobody open, and the pick is made. An easy interception for Jason Payne.
And the Silver Eagles will take over at the 23-yard line of Cedarburg. A nice exchange there, a couple of plays, and they get the ball right back in scoring position. The handoff to Goff, trying to go left side, has the corner. No, dropped after a couple. He might have got close to the 20-yard line there.
Much better pursuit on that play by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they did a good job stringing that one out, and Bo really didn't have much room to run at all. He got to the 20-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 7. 3:15 to play in the third quarter. Still MG 14-10, the lead over the Bulldogs. Now 2 wideouts to this side. Zweifel and Welsh. The handoff to Roach. Roach close to the 15-yard line.
An ankle tackle there. Otherwise, I think LeBron would have probably had the first down.
The ball marked at the 16. That'll make it 3rd and 3.
Monona, all running plays so far in the second half, not one pass.
Well, let's see what we got here. We got Zweifel and Welsh split out wide to this side. Roush under center. He swings it out to Zweifel. Zweifel close to the 10. I think that might have been enough for the first down,
I think
Bob.
that's a first down.
Ball spotted at the 12, just barely enough. What, about a 4-yard pickup on that?
Just enough.
The MG passing game pretty quiet until that one, but just enough for the first down. Now with 2:20 to play in the quarter, the Silver Eagles down at 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line of Cedarburg. Sun trying to peek out now. Goff with the carry-off tackle, and Bo falls across the 10. 3-yard pickup for Bo brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards in a cloud of dust right now, Steve.
The Bo Goff story. Bo Goff, Tom Maddie, who cares?
15 running plays and 1 pass so far here in the third quarter
Wow.
for Monona Grove. They have
All
actually
right.
owned this quarter.
Yeah, just a couple of plays for the Bulldogs. Roach now hitting the backfield.
Oh, but we got a late flag, Steve. Did we get a face mask here?
I think we did.
That'll be excellent.
That would be half the distance and a first down, I think.
Excellent. Excellent. So that means I get the play over again.
Well, not the automatic first down, but that's going to put the ball just inside the 5-yard line.
It's very close to the first down.
2nd and 2 or 3, let's see. 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's a tough penalty for Cedarburg to take as they stopped Roach on that play. It would have been 3rd and long.
Puts the ball at the 5-yard line. The handoff to Goff. Bo into the line. Might have got the first down on that one.
Just keep doing that. Monona just needs to keep doing that. Just have that line, just push, push, push.
See what kind of a spot we get here. They're going to measure. Now they're going to think about it for a while, and then they're going to measure.
Talk about it. Maybe have a nosh.
And
Rinse. Maybe go rinse some things.
they're going to say 3rd and 1. The ball at the 3-yard line, I believe.
Just keep doing it.
Maybe the 2-yard line. They give it to Roach, and Roach,
You'll have the first down.
he'll have the first down. Roach to the 1, 1st and goal for the Silver Eagles. Well, Silver Eagles running effectively on this drive. Just needing that 1 more yard. Well, I got to say, I'd go with Goff off tackle again. He's been very effective moving the ball, moving the pile, just that little bit that they need.
I give the ball to Roach.
Roach has had to the touch tonight, 2 scores already. They give it to Roach into the line. LeBron going to be
he
short.
Stopped. It was good defensive play there by the Bulldogs. Now let's give it to Bogoff. What do you say?
Okay, fine. 2nd and goal from the 1. 25 seconds left in the third quarter. This has been some quarter. The Silver Eagles just dominating
Great
the
quarter
clock.
for Monona if they can push it in on this play right here.
It'd make it all worthwhile, Bob. They give it to Goff. Bo, touchdown! With 8 seconds to play in the third quarter, Bo Goff, his first score of the night. Nothing fancy there, just straight ahead football, Bob.
That was the kind of drive that, football, I hate to say I'm a purist, I don't think I am, but a real football fan, especially a high school football fan, that's the kind of drive you like to see. Just smash mouth the whole way, straightforward running plays, using up a ton of clock. Cedarburg in the third quarter has had 5 plays, Steve.
Well, Twing's extra point makes it a 21-10 MG lead, and I have to say you're not a purist, Bob. You're more of a libertarian when it comes to football.
A kind of a hands-off kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm all about
maybe a Unitarian.
I'm all about the free market when it comes to high school football.
All right, so with 8 seconds to play in the third quarter, Bogoff's touchdown puts MG up by 11, 21-10.
I am not for government regulation of high school football. Not as far as the play calling
Well,
goes.
you've been trying to tell the WIAA what to do all afternoon.
Well,
so
that's what
why
I'm
not?
talking about. Now we need market forces to take over here.
All right, Goff, after scoring the touchdown, will also kick off now for the Silver Eagles. The Bulldogs, not familiar with this position, Bob. They haven't trailed in the third quarter going into the fourth very much this year. You look back that game against, obviously they were against Homestead. Chippewa Falls, let's see. It wasn't until the fourth quarter they put that game away. So only a couple of times have they been in this situation. Now Goff will kick off for the Silver Eagles. Fagenberg back for the Bulldogs. The knuckleball will be taken by one of the upbacks. This is Bainline. Bainline out near the 30-yard line. He'll be short of the 30, though. Who was that? Number 22 for the Silver Eagles, Max Gehrman, in on the tackle.
Well, it looks like they'll have a time to run one more play, which will give them a total of 6 for the third quarter. Monona, 21 plays in the third quarter.
That's dominating. And the important thing is we got the score out of it.
That's for sure.
That was a big score because that puts them up by
Two scores.
Two scores.
Yep.
Chip Rank calling the signals. Louder in motion. The pitch to Louder. He tries to cut it up. Stopped about the 30-yard line.
Monona looks like they adjusted well to that play at halftime, Steve, because that play was a pretty effective one for Cedarburg.
All right, the Silver Eagles ready to play all 4 quarters. Many of the players holding up 4 fingers. As we enter the fourth quarter with a 21-10 lead, looking to lock this one up and play here next weekend against the Waunakee Warriors. Much as I fear Waunakee, Bob, that was my dream. All season long, beating Waunakee in the playoffs.
You have small dreams, Steve.
I'm a small man with small dreams, Bob. Every little victory means something. Jump around, Bob.
Oh, yeah, it's like the Badger game. What was the final on the Badger game today,
About
Steve?
108-0. I don't know. I quit listening at halftime.
I turned it off. I think it was 37-0 when the last time I heard, and I was only half paying attention. Like listening to, I only listened to half of the broadcasting crew out of that radio booth, Matt LePay.
I know.
The other guy could go mute as far as I'm concerned.
Jump around, Bob. Jump around.
I'm jumping around.
Well,
they had some camera on us in here. They could see me jumping around, but they don't.
They can get us from the field, but they're just not trying.
Yeah, they're probably smarter than that. Nobody needs to see us jumping around.
Oh, no. All right, Silver Eagle defense should be well rested after that quarter.
Yeah, no, offense for Cedarburg should be cold.
Louder's in motion. The handoff to Pogenberg, trying to cut it to the left side,
Not
and
a
he's
chance.
stuffed for nothing.
I like Austin
Bring up
Clutie
third and
on that.
long.
Austin Clutie with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Nice play by the Monona Grove defense.
So the ball back to the 31-yard line. 3rd and 7. Nice to force them into a passing down because they have been absolutely dreadful throwing the ball tonight, although they do have a little bit of an advantage with the wind.
And that wind still blowing mostly across, so I'm not
Kinda
sure how much help
diagonally.
that's going to be.
Rank calling the signals. Louder in motion. Rank looking to throw.
Oh, it's to give it back to Starks again.
Starks again?
Yeah.
And Starks got nothing there. It's going to bring up 4th down. So the Silver Eagle defense holds for, the 3rd time now in this half?
That is correct.
And that's going to force Bromley to punt.
So far, Cedarburg's offense has had 2 3-and-outs and thrown an interception.
Well, this is the MG defense I was hoping to see, Bob. These guys came
really,
to play against one of the best offenses in the
together
state.
Here in the second half, that's for sure.
Bromley ready to kick. Zweifel standing back near the 34-yard line. Kind of a low end-over-end kick, and it's going to bounce. Zweifel's going to take it at his own 33, cut it back across the 35, and out to the 39-yard line.
All right, that was a heads-up play by Zach. That ball had a lot of roll on it. Fortunately, got that nice high Sunday hop, was able to take it on the run, get about a 5-yard return.
I got to say, Zweifel's got probably the best hands on the team. They spot the ball at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, MG. So 3 big defensive stands by the Silver Eagle defense in this half really made the difference. Now the offense can go back to work, wearing down that Cedarburg defensive line.
Greg Henderson is now back on the sideline, but he's out of his football uniform in his street clothes.
Well, I hope he's all right and ready to play for Wanakee. The handoff to Goff. Goff straight ahead across the 40. They'll put the ball at the 41-yard line. 3-yard pickup for Bo. 2nd and 7. Silver Eagle offense just grinding it out in this half, but doing an excellent job at grinding. LeBron Roach out near the 45. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 yards.
Yeah, now this will be a big play for Monona. This is a first down they really need to get. Keep Cedarburg's offense off the field. There are only 2 scores up.
3rd and 4, let's call it.
Roach has really been finishing his runs. There's been very few times where he's been brought down without getting another yard or 2.
That double tight end set has worked very well for the Silver Eagles. Stearns and Schrader Gasser. Roach with the handoff.
That's a first down.
Has the first down near the 50-yard line. LeBron Roach, nothing fancy, just off-tackle football. I gotta say, Bob, this might be a career night for LeBron.
Well, it's 26th carry of the game, Steve.
Let me look and see if I can.
159 yards by my count, which is entirely unofficial.
He had 101 yards versus Stoughton.
That would be his only other 100-yard game.
I think you're right.
I know I'm right.
Of course you're right, Bob. Why would you be wrong?
Well,
1st and 10 from the 50-yard line.
Even yours and mine broadcast partnership is concerned, you're correct.
Goff. Bo pushing hard down to the 45-yard line of Cedarburg. You see Bo put his hand on the back of his blocker?
Yep. It's kind of his trademark, at least this game. He's been running right off the hind end of whoever the heck is it blocking in front of him.
I think that was Riley Quarna in front of him there. 5-yard pickup for Bo. 8:45 to play in this game. MG up 21-10. Let's take it down the field and punch another one in. Send these dogs back to the pound.
You've been waiting all game to say that, haven't you?
It actually just came to me.
Oh, jeez.
Roach with the handoff, hitting the backfield and dropped. Who's that, number 14, I believe?
Yep.
Cody Sigler.
Sigler Heil!
2-yard loss for LeBron Roach. LeBron hasn't gone backwards on too many plays.
No, that would be it.
Sigler getting in on that. That one, though, making a nice play. Makes it 3rd and 7 for the Silver Eagles. Now Welsh will come out and Payne will come in. All right, another big 3rd down play for the Silver Eagles. Clock continues to run. We're under 8 minutes to play.
We have a
What?
timeout.
MG.
Yep. Another big 3rd down play. They were able to convert the last time on 3rd and 5. Monona Grove staying on the ground this half. I really like the way Coach Stassi has put together his offensive game plan here in this second half.
Well, that double tight end set is really doing the job. They block pretty well normally, but you throw in that extra blocker, and it's really made a difference.
Well, and it's not to say that the passing game has been ineffective either. Dylan Roush has had a pretty good game, 5 for 8, and for about, let me look here, 59, 67 yards.
Not bad. We'll take
But he
that.
does have the 2 picks.
Yeah, except for the picks, he's been very efficient. A couple of big passes to Zweifel and Payne.
But you can't complain about the way they're using the running game here. I've got him down for, let me see, 48 running plays tonight so far, Steve.
Well, you know, it's a good sign anytime you get above 40 carries in a game. That means you're doing something right because you're not forced to pass.
And we haven't seen the Wildcat here in the second half either. There hasn't been any need to see it.
There hasn't been any. I mean, Roach and Goff have done a fine job running the ball. Now he split out 3 wide receivers. We're in the shotgun. Roush looking to throw. Now he's chased. Gets the pass off, tipped, and it'll fall incomplete. Roush getting rid of the ball as he was going down, and
wow.
I thought that was going to be a sack back in the wrong end of the field, but instead Roush throws one and
incomplete pass. But I got to tell you,
that was scary.
That was probably not a wise throw. That ball bounced off the hands of the Monona Grove guy. Could have easily been another interception.
All right, well, Twing will come in and punt it for the Silver Eagles. The ball on the 47-yard line. They dropped Poggenberg back to his own 10. Twing, the kick, not a great kick, but it's going to roll and go out of bounds near the 20-yard line.
Well, I think Logan's been instructed to kick away from Poggenberg, and you can't say that that's necessarily a bad idea, but unfortunately, with this wind, it's essential that he keep the ball low, even if he's angling toward the sideline. Otherwise, the wind is just going to knock it down, blow it out of bounds, and you have very short kicks.
They spotted at the 23-yard line of Cedarburg.
That was only a 24-yard punt. Remember, he had a 6-yarder in the first half.
Yep. This is a huge possession for the Bulldogs, though, down by 2 scores with 7:38 to play.
Yeah, Cedarburg it has to do at least get the ball out to the 50 so they can get a kind of a change in field position.
Rank looking to pass, going deep down the middle of the field. It has a wide receiver wide open. This is Bromley. It's a foot race now, and Bromley will go into the end zone.
They ran Poggenberg and Bromley into the same area, and there was only one defender. The defender went with Poggenberg. 77-yard touchdown pass, and Cedarburg, just like that, is back in the football game.
Well, that's the first pass play completed for yardage.
Yeah, some serious yardage on that one. All right, a new football game, folks.
Yep. And now Bainline will attempt the extra point, I do believe.
I don't know what happened on defense there, that you got 2 wide receivers out there and only 1 man back. Obviously a blown assignment.
No, actually, I think they're going to go for 2 on this one, Bob.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I would. All right, this is a big play for Monona, too. They can stop the 2-point conversion here. It forces Cedarburg to put a touchdown on the board to get the lead.
Timeout against Cedarburg, their first of the half. Well, it's a great play. Rank made a nice pass, and Brownlee was wide open. He got behind his defender, and it was just a race at that point.
I don't know if we got a replay on that one, but, boy, I have no idea what happened in the defensive backfield on that one.
Cedarburg's had 9 plays of more than 40 yards for scores this year, and
that
was one of the longer ones.
Well, I got to say, too, Rank had a lot of time to throw the football there. It's unusual. Usually Monona Grove's rush does not allow that sort of time to stand around back there and pick out a receiver, and that's exactly what he did. Rank waited for those 2 receivers to finish their crossing pattern. They were both running deep crossing patterns. He saw the single safety back there trying to cover the both of them. As soon as I'm not sure who the safety was, as soon as he decided to go with Poggenberg, he put the ball up for Bromley. Bromley made the catch.
That was the second longest pass play all year for the Bulldogs. The longest was on October 2nd against Germantown. Louders went 81 yards on one. This is a key play. I formation, Louders behind Starks. Rank looking to throw, flag in the backfield, tipped and batted away.
That's going to be a penalty, I think, on Cedarburg, so it won't matter.
Yes, it is.
And that means a thwarted 2-point attempt, and Monona Grove keeps the 5-point lead. A big play by MG's D.
21-16, and the Silver Eagles will get the ball back. Didn't need the penalty. I missed who that was on the corner there. Came up and batted that one away.
May have been Austin Clutie.
True. Clutie's been playing on that side.
Most of the year, in fact.
Even with a club on his hand, he's been pretty darn effective.
That's for sure.
All right, we have 7:26 to play in this one. See if the Silver Eagles can put together a little bit of a drive here and eat some clock up. And what would really be nice is to eat up about 5-6 minutes and score on top of it.
Eating up 7:26.
That'd be all right. And score.
And score or not.
That's true. Eat up 7:26. That's all you need. All right, Goff, Payne, and Zweifel dropping back for the Silver Eagles. Bainline will probably kick it for the Dogs. Well, I support Coach Lair's decision to go for 2 on that one. It's just the MG defense made a nice play, and that penalty didn't hurt. All right, we're ready to kick this one. Still a nice breeze coming from some direction. I need a compass up here. Maybe a GPS.
You probably do.
I do.
You don't have much innate directional finding ability, do you?
I can hardly tell where you are. I'm just here, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
just fine.
Bainline ready to kick it. Going deep. Zweifel will take it about the 12. A little running room across the 30 and dumped at the 32-yard line. Nice kick return by Zach Zweifel, where the Silver Eagles will take over their own 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Oh, now we got Zweifel limping a little.
All right.
Jack Retzloff in at wide receiver
Now
in
it's
place of
imperative
Zweifel.
that Monona's offense burn up some clock and move this football.
2 wideouts, Welsh and Retzloff to the far side. The handoff to Goff. Bo across the 35 out to the 38-yard line.
Turned out to be a pretty good call because Cedarburg had a run blitz going on to the right side of Monona's line, and they ran left. And that gave Goff enough room to pick up about 5 or 6 on that play.
5-yard pickup for Bo, making it 2nd and 5. Under 7 minutes left in the game. 21-16, MG on top. 16 is the most points they've given up all year in both playoff games now. Roach with the carry across the 40, still on his feet. He's going to be short of the 1st down. It'll bring up 3rd and 1, I'm guessing. Out to the 43-yard line of MG.
It's like night has fallen here, Steve.
They're signaling 1st down, Bob.
Wow.
I thought he was a yard short yet.
Solid yard short.
All right, we'll take that. 1st and 10, MG football.
As I was saying before you interrupted me, night
Sorry.
has fallen. See the beautiful, almost
It
full
is.
moon up there?
It's a beautiful
Isn't
night.
it romantic?
Don't touch me like that, Bob. No, he didn't touch me, folks. He touched my heart.
I have the key to that lock.
God. Goff with the handoff across the 45-yard line.
We're talking football.
Let's talk gruffly again so people know we're manly.
Man here.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. 3-yard pickup for Bo on that one. Make it 2nd and 7. The ball at the 46 of
We
MG.
had several members of the AV club absolutely speechless back here, Steve.
Hey, so big shout out to these kids. They've done a great job this year. We do a pretty professional broadcast, except for the announcing part of it.
That's right. It's strictly amateur. In fact, hopefully the kids get their names up at the end of this telecast.
There you go,
anyway.
Andy. Get the kids' names on
Yeah,
screen. They
for
deserve it. They put in a
criminy
lot of
sake,
hours
yeah.
doing this.
And maybe some headshots like the football team. Now you're talking.
2nd and 7 from the 46. The handoff to Roach. Roach out to the 50 where he's picked up and pushed backwards, but his forward progress
Stacked up, I
would
think.
make it 3rd and 3. 3rd and 2.
Long two. That's a long two.
About a 7-foot stretch. Right on the 50, though. 3rd down. Another big 3rd down play. We've seen a lot of those. The clock's still running down to 5:10 in the game. This would be sweet.
This would be a big one, boy. They could run another solid 2 minutes off the clock if they get a first
Welsh
down
and
here.
Zweifel split out wide to the near side. The handoff to Roach.
Got
Roach
it.
has the first down. Scoring, good score! LeBron Roach from 50 yards for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Ah! Oh, that was huge, huge, Bob. Huge, I tell you.
That had a lot of Eric Berg to it, Steve. Atta boy.
Ah! LeBron Roach busting through on 3rd and short and going 50 yards for the touchdown. His 3rd score of the night. That was big.
That was huge. And that might be the dagger.
Oh, I don't know, Bob. There's 4:47 left.
I just
a
wanted to-
high-powered
I wanted to
offense.
say that.
Yeah, say
So
the dagger
yeah.
when they stick
Shut
the
up.
dagger.
I'll say it when I say
No,
want
you
to say
you
it.
say
No,
the
no,
dagger when
you-
I say
no,
it's
you
okay to
just-
say the
you
dagger.
just shut
No,
up.
you
I'll say
shut
the
up.
dagger when I
no,
want
you
to.
shut
I'll
up.
say the dagger when it's
Twings
appropriate. That's
extra
now.
point makes it a 28-16 game. People didn't turn in to listen to us bicker.
You're not the boss of me.
No, you're not the boss of me. Wow, that was big. One thing we do agree on, Bob, LeBron Roach is having one heck of a game tonight. Third touchdown. That's got to put him closer to 200 yards, doesn't it?
Did they? Oh, there we go.
There, they put the How many yards you got LeBron for tonight?
217 on that run, Steve. That is his 30th carry of the night.
Wow. A career night for the junior. Well, now, what do you do, Bob, if you're the voters picking the all-conference team? Of course, this is a non-conference game, I guess. Ryan Roberts is clearly one of the best running backs in the conference, but LeBron Roach is really making a statement tonight. Look at the big hug from Greg Henderson.
Yeah, that was a clutch run.
That's not Henderson. I thought it was.
It's one of those runs that you see every now and then in the NFL, too, where they stack up on a 3rd and 1 play,
Yep.
and then once you get through that initial wave of defenders, you're out in the wide open.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Roach did.
On 3rd and
Got
3.
Excellent blocking at the point of attack, broke one arm tackle, and he was in the open.
Yeah, once he got past the linebackers, it was all over. LeBron kicking it into another gear and making it a 12-point MG lead. Goff's kickoff, a squibber. They're going to let the deep guy take it again. This is Bainline, and Bainline out near the 35-yard line, close to the 40. Good field position for the Bulldogs, but still they got to go into a pretty darn tough MG defense, who's really held them to nothing so far this half.
Well, let's call out Matthew Besh again, another special teams tackle for him on that play.
Really, the only offense Cedarburg has generated in the second half was that one pass play.
That's all they've had. Absolutely. They had nothing prior to that.
I'd say don't do that anymore. Rank looking to pass. Pressure coming.
And it's
Complete.
Bromley again. That's enough for a first down.
Bromley out to the 50-49 of MG. 11-yard pickup for Bromley.
Bromley just ran a short square in at the sticks, and it was wide open and a nice pass.
Now Corey Block in for the fullback Starks. Block, a 5'9", 140-pound junior. He's split out wide. One running back behind Rank. That's Louders. Reuters coming in on Rank, and the ball thrown away. Reuters putting pressure on the 6'6" Rank, and he had to dump that
I think they should have called grounding on that. I don't know that there was anybody in the vicinity, and that ball never got close to the line of scrimmage.
He threw it over the head of Bromley.
Yeah, giving him a little leeway on that one, I think.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 from the MG 49-yard line. 4:13 to play in the game. Cedarburg needing 2 scores, 2 touchdowns to get back in this one.
Well, so far, Monona Grove's defensive backs pointing out who's got who so that they don't have that same mistake as happened on the last series.
3 wideouts for the Bulldogs. Rank looking to throw again. Pressure by Reuter. And Pogenberg catches it.
It's going to be
just short, I think. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
They're
going to put the ball near the 40-yard line and call it 3rd and 1.
Pogenberg wide open on the play. Rank taking his time getting the ball there.
He didn't have much time, though. Kevin Reuters had him zeroed in. Now from the 41-yard line, a 3rd and 1. 3rd and 2. They got to make the 39. Now they come up with that tight backfield, the double wing. Starks behind the quarterback. Louders in motion. They hand off to Pogenberg, and Pogenberg has the first down and a couple of more.
But that's all right. That keeps the clock moving, those running plays. You want them to keep running the ball.
4:01 to play in the game. The ball down to the 37-yard line. They get the sticks reset and start that clock again. Thank you very much.
All right, see if Monona can step it up a notch here and thwart this last attempt.
I'm looking for a takeaway here, Bob. Rank hasn't impressed me too much with his arm yet. And there he's rolling to his left, trying to throw. Going deep over the middle. This could get picked. And it does in the end zone. Jason Payne, his 2nd interception of the night. With 3:36 to play, the Silver Eagles might have stuck the dagger.
Too late, I already said it.
Oh. So Jason Payne, his second interception of the night. I believe that's his fourth on the year. So the Silver Eagles will take over at the 50, or excuse me, the 20.
It'd be better if it was the 50, though.
It would be.
That's a very good thought.
That is 4 interceptions for Jason Payne on the season. Now at 3:36, the Silver Eagles have nothing to do but eat up clock here.
Well, I'm not sure why Rank threw that ball. I mean, there was nobody in the vicinity, just white shirts.
Yeah, just 2 Silver Eagles. And Roach with a carry across the 25-yard line. LeBron's not done tonight. The ball out to where? The 27-yard line. 7-yard pickup for LeBron.
Well, LeBron has done an absolutely a yeoman's job out there tonight. And it's not like Bogoff hasn't gotten the ball. Bo's carried the ball 19 times himself.
Bo's done a
tonight.
great job. Silver Eagles must be over 50 carries tonight.
Oh, yeah, just between the two of them.
Well, Zweifel got a few in, and so did Roush. Now they're going to let some clock run. Goff, the handoff. This time, Bo has the first down across the 30. Dropped at the 33-yard line. First down, MG.
Another dagger.
How many daggers do you need?
Well, I don't know. Remember that one game, Wayne Larrabee must have said dagger about 12 times.
Maybe it was like a bunch of darts or something. The MG coaches in the booth next to us are a little excited.
Don't blame them.
First and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2:45 to play in the game, and it's looking very much like we're going to have Wanakee here next weekend, Bob.
Surely does.
And you think you might make it? It'd be thoughtful if you could.
I'm on call. I'll have to see if somebody can take it for me.
I think you should switch.
I'm going to try.
I told Cindy you'd probably take a vacation day. Goff with the handoff across the 35-yard line. How many yards has Goff got? He's had a nice night. Not any big gains.
I'll tell you in a second. Don't be so impatient.
But I want to know now. I want to oop-a-loop it now, Daddy. Timeout Cedarburg. Sign of desperation.
Timeout? Oh, you desperate dogs, you. 20 carries for 82 yards for
nice
Bo
night
tonight.
for Bo.
31 carries for 224 yards for LeBron Roach.
The ball at the 37-yard line. 2:24 to play in this one. Bring on, Wanakee. Bring 'em on! Wanakee winner 21-14 over the DeForest Norskies. Setting up what seems to be almost an annual match between these two teams.
Yeah, but not too many of them happen in Monona Grove. And I'm glad to see it's happening this year. It's going to be a full house out here next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Folks.
Wanakee always brings a lot of people here.
If you can't be here, then for sure watch television and listen to Steve and I.
This is why they invented. This is why God invented TiVo, you know.
We describe the action.
God or Al Gore, I forget which. All right. 2:24 between MG and a rematch against Wanakee. They split out Zweifel and Welsh to this side. Goff and Roach, as they have been all night, behind the quarterback Roush. Dillon will call the signal and give it to LeBron. LeBron leaps one guy still on his feet, falls across the 45-yard line. They'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Keep that clock moving, boys. Another timeout. That'll be the end of them for Cedarburg.
Last one for Cedarburg with 2:14 to play. Brings up a 3rd and 2. Silver Eagles really taking care of business tonight. Both sides of the ball. I mean, one of the most potent offenses in the entire state. They've only given up 16 points. The Cedarburg defense, Bob, has been on the field an incredible amount in the second half. I mean, do you have a record of how many plays their offenses run?
I don't know how many plays their offenses run. Probably no more than between 10 and 15.
Yeah,
but if you give me a second, I can tell you how many Monona has run.
Well, we won't get many more timeouts. It would have been a good thing to do during that one. All right. 3rd and 2. This first down could put it away. Roach with the carry. Roach across the 45 and a first down. Excuse me, that was Goff with the carry, I think. Or was it? Oh, that was LeBron on that one. 3-yard pickup. Puts the ball to the 44. And now Cedarburg unable to stop the clock. Eagles are going to take their old sweet time running things off the clock here and If Cedarburg does get the ball back, they'll get it back with virtually no time left and down by 12 points. Silver Eagles 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Roush will hand this one off to Goff, and Bo pushing out to the 47, 48-yard line.
All right, well, that's the 38th play of the half for Monona versus less than 15 for Cedarburg.
Well, LeBron Roach will come out of the game now to standing ovation. I got to say, that young man has played a heck of a game.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns tonight, including the big one.
He's going to be weary. He's going to be bruised up. He is going to be sore tomorrow.
All right, we're in the victory formation now, Bob. This is my favorite one. No, we're not. We do have a 2-back set yet. Goff with the handoff, close to the 50. Might have even gotten over the 50.
They'll mark it at, what? Just a little over the 50-yard line here.
Bring up 3rd and 4.
Nice game
LeBron
for
Roche.
Bo Goff as well. 88 yards on 22 carries so far. But LeBron leaves tonight 33 carries, 232 yards, and 3 touchdowns, Steve. But
And
you got to give him the game ball.
Definitely. LeBron looking pretty good. And just a junior. I mean, we're going to get to see more of this next year, assuming we don't get canned.
Yeah, they might go for a cheaper
Now they're
team.
just kneeling it down, and that'll do it. So the Silver Eagles will move on to the Level 3 playoffs next weekend against Waunakee as they defeat the Cedarburg Bulldogs 28-16 behind 3 touchdown runs by LeBron Roach and a 4th score by Bo Goff. Monona Grove really doing the job tonight on offense and defense and putting it to the Bulldogs.
Well, Monona Grove did exactly what I thought they needed to do tonight. They played good D. They kept Cedarburg offense
That's
off
what we
the
said before
field.
the game started.
They kept a handle on their turnovers and only had 2 penalties, Steve.
So the Silver Eagles go to 11-0. Cedarburg falls to 9-2. Thank you very much for watching us. We'll be back here next weekend. It's either a Friday or Saturday game. It's yet to be determined. But we will have the Waunakee Warriors here at Monona Grove High School. This is Steve Martinelli alongside Bob Schmuck, thanking you for watching Monona Grove Created Video. The Silver Eagles, the winners tonight, 28-16. Good night, everybody. Drive careful.